The heart-on heart is a quintessential figure 8. That's what everybody aspires to. In fact, as stylists, that's what we try to create around your body anyhow, is that womanly shape. For those people who have that heart-on heart shape, it's the luck of the stars. They're brilliant, they're easy. But I'll tell you what, it's not as easy as you think, because these women that have this quintessential shape are often judged, and especially in a corporate environment, they don't want to have anything off balance or they appear that they're flaunting. So the balance is really important for a heart-on heart. You really need to keep the balance in proportion, or you would be judged pretty quickly by men and by women. Here's a heart-on heart. She's also a scientist, ironically. Now, this is what's interesting with this woman. As you see here, you can't really tell much about her shape, but she knew her colors. She totally knew the colors that she'd be wearing as a fall. So she had the colors down, but she didn't really have, and this again as a scientist, so she was wearing the old rumpled khakis. And how pro does that look? You know, the kind of the wrinkly, rumply look? She had okay pointy shoes. Her jacket really didn't do much for her. And all that I really did was move her into better fabrics and change her hair a little bit. And she stepped it up considerably. Now, obviously, these are bad pictures, and I apologize. My quality went shot on this last, whatever. Either way, you can see that with a little bit better quality, she really looks like $1 million, more so than what she is. Now, she's a quintessential heart-on-heart shape, okay? So think about these and try to figure out your body shape as we go. Here's the oval. It's a long torso. Nothing really sticks in, nothing really sticks out, kind of the rounder shape. And it's an oval. And the thing that we want to do with ovals is we want to create a waistline, and we want to try to, again, create that figure 8 shape. So what are we going to do with an oval? Typically on ovals, the waist is not there, but right here is here. Okay, so we can do the umpier thing and actually build in a waist. The smallest part of our body is right underneath our breast line. So you can build in that waist to the oval. A good quintessential oval, you know, is, I can't remember what she's on, Beatrice on Golden Girls, and then she was on the other, yeah, and I'm sorry? Yeah, she was Maud. I used to say Maud and no one knew what I was talking about. Yeah, I know, I am too. So anyhow, what she did as an oval was she drew some really long lines along her body. If you notice, she was always wearing those duster coats, but she was always wearing something smaller on the inside, which kind of gave her the illusion of having the waistline. Here's an oval. I love this girl. She's been my client forever. She's an old hippie from way back when, right? You could tell. She's an artist. And what happens with her is a lot of ovals just feel like they're just not comfortable with their body, and they're not comfortable with their shape. And so they put bags around themselves. Common. And sometimes to the floor bags, which she did all the time with Birkenstocks, which you can't see. So what I did with this oval was I wanted to show some leg, first off. I wanted to show, she's a petite girl too. I wanted to show that she had some really great legs, some really great ankles. You see that I elongated her look because she is a petite with pointy shoes. And I actually built in a waist. This is a very tailored skirt, very tailored shirt for her. And then gave her a little bit of a flare. So you see I've built in a waistline for this woman. And a lot of her clothes now will have that umpier top, since she's a petite, not so long of a tunic, that I'm actually building that shape around her at all times. Okay, that's the goal with the ovals. Emeralds. I used to call them long and leans. My favorite emerald is like 4'11" on a tall day. But boy, she's an emerald. You need to turn her sideways, you can't even hardly see her. She's one of the long, straight ones. You know, it's kind of what models used to be before they decided that they needed to have breasts, right? But, but with an oval, you just basically want to create some curves because they have no curves at all. They're just straight. You know, we all really envy them, but they need to build, you know, the curves into their shape. So what are you going to do, you know, with an emerald? You're going to break up the lines. This particular emerald is 6 foot, so she's not my 5 foot on a good day girl. But this is a common phenomenon for emeralds. They wear the straight leg pants. They wear the long sleeves. They have nothing, you know, because they're kind of svelte, and they don't really build any kind of shape into themselves at all. Now, because this particular woman was 6 foot, I actually decided I was going to break up her lines. So you see what I've done here is I've made a lot of lines in her stature. Here, here, up here, here. I've given her the drop waist. I've also created a line here. So it's made her less intimidating in stature, and it's also femmed her up. This particular woman is a work-at-home girl. She has a home-based graphics business, but and so she didn't care how she looked really, but she wanted to have something to go out with her girlfriends for happy hour. When she met them and they were getting off work in suits, she wanted something to wear that was like kind of cool, that wasn't like the sweatpant at home, work-at-home routine. So that's kind of the whole idea of how we dressed her for this particular. That was basically her goal. We didn't get her any suits. I think I maybe got her one suit coat or jacket. Okay, the heart. Basically, the heart. They're busty women or broad-shouldered women, and they generally have very skinny, long legs, which is kind of ironic. So oftentimes they can seem topsy-turvy. They can seem like they have more on top and hardly anything at bottom. Generally, they have really long, skinny legs. And but there's no balance there, right? So what you want to do is, can anybody guess? We want to balance the top, and we want to balance the bottom with the top, okay? So we're going to build some volume at the bottom. With this particular heart, again, this is the no-no for a heart. You never want to wear peg legs, okay, ever. You want to wear a fuller pant, and you want to balance the top with the bottom. So you can see what we did is, again, I built in her waistline. You can even tell she had a waist with a lot of the clothes that she wore before. And, going for, again, showing the waistline, bringing out and filling out the bottom of her torso, okay, with fuller skirts, trumpets, and flares, and that kind of thing. And the 3/4 length sleeve is really good for a heart because the hearts generally have less of this area, and it kind of emphasizes, draws the line right there, okay? So these are all real good things that you can do as a heart shape. And you see I've also, the V-neck is a quintessential secret weapon for all women, and hearts in particular. It really helps because, again, the lines, which I'll talk about a little bit more, I'm cutting that heart shape, larger top in with lines. The Trilliant has the larger hips than the shoulders. Most women in the world are Trilliants. It is the perfect birthing body. It is. They're the ones that just go, oh, had a kid. Okay. and most women hate being Trilliants. Okay, because they don't like the big booty and the big anything down there. But that's the norm, okay? So get over it. So all that you have to do is do the inverse of the heart and build yourself more volume on the top, okay? To, again, do that, add the top bulk to balance the bottom. A lot of my Trilliants will not wear a pencil skirt for the life of them until about 5 arguments into it, and then that's all they wear. A pencil skirt is the penultimate thing for a Trilliant because it narrows them down and slims them down. And even though they think they have a big booty or a big belly or big hips or whatever, it's brilliant. It works really well. So if you're a Trilliant, I challenge you to go get yourself a black pencil skirt and check it out and see what happens with your figure. And I bet you that people will say that you've lost weight. A lot of people don't want to do it. Here's a Trilliant. I love her. She is a quintessential. She's one of the ones that did not want to wear a pencil skirt. Oh my God, she was do that for me. And she's an attorney. She's awesome. Can you tell she's an old hippie from New York City? This is what she wore, though. She wore the goddess clothes. And she's an attorney. And she would be wearing something not as crazy as this, but she'd be doing the top and the shirt and then jeans or something, or black slacks to actually do her job. Obviously, she's not a litigator. But, but all that I did with this woman was give her some jackets, give her some pants. Finding pants that fit was an issue because she was a plus size. Finding the perfect pants and finding these jackets that she can put on at any time and be an attorney. The jacket is the quintessential secret weapon. Okay, you need as many jackets in your wardrobe as you can have because you throw on a jacket, I don't care if it's over jeans and a t-shirt, you're dressed. You have authority. I never walk into a client as a professional organizer without a jacket on. Okay, nor should you for first impressions with any of your clients. You should always be wearing some kind of a jacket. Okay, it's a good way to set the stage for your first impressions. You know, I could be walking into doing a garage job and I'll still have a jacket on at the beginning. It doesn't matter if it comes off later. Okay, because again, that first impression, right? So anyhow, that's all I did was I put her in a bunch of pencil skirts, got her a bunch of jackets. She's fantastic. Look, she redid her hair. I mean, she's incredible. It's not good for us. It ain't pretty. Okay? Not so good. So if you're not a winner, think about go into your closet and do an assessment like I did and say, what do I have all this black stuff in my closet for? Because I am not a winner. And it's making me look tired.